Hello everyone and welcome to Engla Pro. I'm Mo. Let's continue our grammar lessons with present perfect. Actually, present perfect is a little bit tricky, so maybe you need to watch this video 2 or 3 times to get everything. So let's begin. At first, it is necessary to talk about past participle. What is it and how is it formed? Well, you should know that each verb has a past tense and a past participle. We use past participle in perfect tenses and passive sentences. For irregular verbs, the past participle is exactly the same as the past tense verb. I mean, it has ed at the end. Let's take a look at some examples. For example, we have the verb play, played, played. The first one is the infinitive, the bare form. The second one is the past tense verb, and the last one is the past participle. More examples. Watch becomes watched and watched. Believe, believed, believed. Talk, talked, talked. As you can see, the first one is the infinitive, the second one is the past tense verb, and the third one is the past participle. But for irregular verbs, they are different. Sometimes they are the same as the past tense. For example, you can see this example, have or has the past tense had, and the past participle is also had. It means the past participle is exactly the same as the past tense, but it is irregular. I mean, there is no ed. In other times, they are the same as the infinitive of the verb. Let's take a look at this example. For example, come is the infinitive, past tense is came, irregular, and the past participle is come. Again, it is the same as the infinitive form. And sometimes they are totally different. Let's take a look at these examples. Go, went, gone. You see, a totally different form is the past participle. Know, knew, known. See, saw, seen. So to actually summarize what I told you, I have to say that for regular verbs, the past participle is the same as the past tense verb. For irregular verbs, you need to memorize them. For example, sometimes the past participle is the same as the past tense. Sometimes the past participle is the same as the infinitive. I mean the present tense verb. Sometimes it is totally different from the past tense and the infinitive form. So you should memorize them. Again, you should refer to the list of these verbs and try to memorize them. Let's see how present perfect is formed. Well, in the affirmative form, I mean the positive form, we have the subject plus have or has. Has is used for he or she or it. And then we have the past participle. I have worked, you have worked, he, she, it has worked. We have worked, you have worked, they have worked. For the negative form, we add not to have or has. So we say haven't or hasn't. I haven't worked, you haven't worked, he, she, it hasn't worked. We haven't worked, you haven't worked, they haven't worked. And for the question form, we use have or has at the beginning of the sentence before the subject, and then we have the past participle. So have I worked? Have you worked? Has he, she, it worked? Have we worked? Have you worked? Have they worked? As the short answer to these questions, we use have or has. So have I worked becomes yes, you have, or no, you haven't. Has she worked? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. It is also important to know the difference between for and since. Well, for is used to show a period of time, a duration of time, while since is used to show a point in time. So let me give you some examples to make it easier for you to actually understand what I mean. Well, we say for 2 years, for a duration of 2 years. But since 2 years ago is a point in time. We say 4 or 5 days, but we say since 5 days ago. For my entire life, for my whole life, since I was born. You see, when I was born, is a point in time, but when I say my entire life is a period of time. There are basically 3 major uses for present perfect. Let's go through them one by one. Well, the first one is when we talk about something that started in the past and continued until now. So it started in the past, the starting point is in the past, and it has been going on until today, until now, until this moment. Let's clarify that with two examples. For example, I say, I have lived in my current house since 5 years ago. It means from 5 years ago until now. Or she has known his best friend for 12 years. It means since 12 years ago until now, they have known each other. Let's take a look at the timeline. On this timeline, if here is the present, it means it started here and it has continued until now. The second use of present perfect is that when we talk about how many times something has happened until now, the number of times something has happened. For example, I have been to New York 3 times in my life. It doesn't matter whether you say in my life or not, the sentence is clear, it's present perfect, so it means in your life. I have visited Canary Islands just once, or she has changed cars twice in her life. So if we look at the timeline again, and here is present, it means how many times something has happened until now. The third use of present perfect is this. When we say that something has happened in the past, but its time is not mentioned. It's a little bit tricky. Let's take a look at these examples. I have eaten lunch. Means I've eaten lunch sometime in the past, but I don't say when. But when I mention exactly when, I use simple past. I ate lunch half an hour ago. I've watched the movie. Sometime in the past I've watched a movie. I don't say when. But when I say exactly when, I say I watched that movie last month. Last month is the exact time. She has been to the UK. Means she has traveled to the UK sometime in the past, but we don't know when, or we don't mention when. But when we say when, we use simple past. She went to the UK 2 years ago. So it's basically an action that happened in the past, finished in the past. It has nothing to do with the present, but this but is really important. The time is not mentioned. We don't know when. It means sometime in the past. So if you take a look at this timeline and here is present, the action has happened here, but the time is unclear. We don't say when this has happened. This is a little bit tricky. So again, I repeat, when something has happened in the past, but we don't know when, or we don't want to say when, we use present perfect. But when the time is clear, when it is mentioned when, for example, 2 years ago, last month, as you can see in these examples, an hour ago, the time is mentioned. Here we use simple past. There are some words that are normally used with present perfect. These words are here on this slide. Let's go through them. The first one is the word just. Just means a short time ago, and it is used in affirmative sentences, positive sentences, and between have or has and the past participle. It means between the two parts of the verb here. For example, I have just woken up. Have just woken up. You see where it is used. She has just given birth to a beautiful little girl. So just is between have and woken up, or between has and given birth. You can see given is the past participle, and then so just is used before that. The other word that is normally used with present perfect is the word already. Already means sometime in the past. It's again used in affirmative sentences between have and has and the past participle. So they have already visited Tokyo. It means they have sometime in the past visited Tokyo, but we don't want to say exactly when. Or I have already done the project. I'm just waiting for the professor to give me feedback on it. So you see, have already done. See, it already is used between have or has and the past participle of the verb. Next word is the word yet. Yet means up to now or so far, and it is used at the end of the questions and negative sentences. So it goes to questions and negative sentences, and it goes to the end of the sentence. So let's take a look at this example. Mom says, have you done your homework yet? And son answers, no, not yet. I haven't finished it yet. You see, negative sentences or questions, and the yet is used at the end of the sentence. And the last word is the word ever. Ever means before, until now, and it is used in questions. For example, have you ever been to Paris? Means, have you been to Paris before? Or have you been to Paris until now? All of them are possible, but normally we use the word ever. Let's do some exercises. There is one error in each sentence. Identify and correct it. Let's go through the first one. The manager has just gave us the final report. What's wrong with this sentence? Well, the answer is the manager has just given us. Give, the past tense is gave, and the past participle is given. Next one. I've been to London last summer. What's wrong with this sentence? Think about it for a while. Well, we have the exact time, which is last summer, so present perfect is wrong. Normally we say I went to London last summer. Last summer. So we need to use simple past. Next one. This is a question. Has she already sent the email yesterday? Can you find out what the problem is? Well, we have the word yesterday at the end of the sentence, so it cannot be present perfect and already should not be used. So we say, did she send the email yesterday? And remember, when we use did, we don't use the past tense verb. Next one. They have went through several stages of testing. What's wrong with this sentence? Again, I'll wait for a while so that you have time to think. Well, they have gone through. If you remember, we had go, went is the past tense, and gone is the past participle. And the last one, we just have launched the new campaign. What's wrong with this? I think this is simple. We said that when we have the word just, it means a very short time ago. And then it should be used between have or has and the past participle. So just here is wrong. We should say we have just launched the new campaign. Let's do another exercise. In this one, you see 3 sentences. In each sentence, there is the option of present perfect and simple past. You should choose one of them so that the sentence is grammatically correct. Let's go through the first one. The first one is they have opened or opened a new branch in Berlin last month. Which one is correct? Well, we have last month here, so we have the exact time, so simple past is the best answer. So they opened a new branch in Berlin last month. Let's go to the next one. We have never dealt with this type of customer complaint until now. Be careful with until now at the end and tell me which one is correct. Because it is until now, so the present perfect is the answer. We have never dealt with this type of customer complaint until now. And the last one, she didn't reply or she hasn't replied to my email yet. You have the word yet at the end. Well, I think you could guess correctly. She hasn't replied. If you remember, we mentioned that yet is used in negative sentences or questions and at the end of the sentence with present perfect. So she hasn't replied to my email yet. I hope that you have learned this well. I know that it's a bit tricky because in different languages this tense is used differently. So I think it would help if you watch this video 2 or 3 times so that you can get the whole idea. Thank you for watching EngLab Pro, and I hope to see you again. Bye for now.